Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Civil Canadians. I'm Scott Evie and I'm with good old King Kansas. How you doing?
Pretty good, Scotty. What's this? Episode 70.
70.
My God, man. I didn't even think we were going to get past 20.
Well, we did, so
We survived, eh?
we survived.
Scotty, before we continue, we got to say hi for our new honorary third member up there at the top of the corner there.
Fourth member, actually.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, good old Wonder Woman. We had a new little addition to the centerpiece of our set there, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you guys like it as much as we like it.
Yeah, it took a long time to get it.
It's okay. Worth the wait, right, Scotty?
Yep.
Okay, Scotty, so what are we going to talk in this amazing Friday episode of the Civil Canadians?
Alright, so we're going to be talking about should the TV universe cross over with the movies?
So comic book
Related, anyways, yeah.
Good topic.
So-
I like that topic.
So we're going to go through down a little bit of
You jot some notes and kind of seen what
things. Yeah.
discuss?
So,
Cool.
yes or no, will it work in anything like DC, like Gotham, Supergirl, or Defenders? Would it
So
work?
basically, you're saying what characters that appear in the movies, if they appeared on the TV show and vice versa, would it
Yeah.
ever work? Do you think it'll work, kind of thing?
Well, I'll give you my thoughts
You
first.
go ahead and I'll tell you
Because
mine.
in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we had Nick Fury show up a couple of times.
Yes,
and
we did.
And Lady Sif showed up, I think, once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked. Movie characters into TV, it worked. Now,
The other way around.
TV to movie, I don't know. Well, technically, Phil Coulson was a movie.
Yes.
Then he went to TV, right?
I think that's why it worked more for S.H.I.E.L.D., like you're saying, because he was a part of the movie universe, and then they used that main character to kind of start S.H.I.E.L.D. on TV. I think that's why it kind of mostly worked, Scotty.
Yeah.
Now, since you watched the Netflix stuff,
That's going to be the issue.
that's the thing, because I haven't watched only one episode of Daredevil. I'll throw that at you guys. I don't know, because I can't really speak on it. You have to, but do you think any of those guys, like the Punisher, Daredevil, Defenders, or whatever you want to call it, can they fit?
Here's the problem. As much as I want to see the Punisher and Spider-Man interact, or even Daredevil, it's not going to work.
Okay.
Because the tones of the movies and the tone of the shows are two completely different things.
I would have to agree with you 100% there.
Because Daredevil, Punisher, Luke Cage all have like a dark tone to it.
Okay.
And they take place in Hell's Kitchen in Harlem.
Darker part of the Marvel universe.
Darker part of New York, technically.
True.
And they deal with like street level thugs
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. The grimy stuff.
Right, and the Avengers are more international threats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, as much as I want them to cross over, in terms of the Netflix shows, no.
No.
But if they were to bring the TV shows from S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Movies.
S.H.I.E.L.D. to the movies, it will work.
That'll work, definitely, because
For sure.
Scotty, just because of Coulson, I think that's why.
Yeah.
Now, since you mentioned that, now if we jump over to Fox's side, because you know they have the new show, The Gifted.
The
you think
Gifted.
those characters can kind of fit, or
No.
with the X-Men universe kind of thing, or just still keep them entirely different? Because
So-
it has that kind of same feel to me.
It
I
had,
don't know.
no, I do agree. It does have the same feel, but it's not going to work with TV to movie. It's going to work with movie to TV.
The other way, you know what? I agree with you there.
So, like, if they recast Wolverine, they
Yeah.
bring him into the show, because the actor's not going to cost like $10 million like Hugh Jackman.
That's true.
right?
That's true.
So
Bigger budget,
that's right. So they can get a small actor who plays Wolverine.
unknown kind of thing.
Exactly. How like unknown actors were played superheroes and now they're known, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So they could do that with the Gifted show, but other than that,
Yeah, because even with, like you said, even with the Inhumans, like for them to kind of bring that into the Marvel MCU fold, I can't see it working. I don't know. It just doesn't have that same vibe as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe because of Coulson. Because that's the key part.
yeah, because Coulson made it work.
That's
the thing.
that's what I
because
think it is.
he was in the Avengers movie and he technically died, and they still think he's dead.
So do you think that since they brought the Ghost Rider on S.H.I.E.L.D., could he work in the MCU though, Scotty? Would he like? I think he might. You don't think so?
He will work in the Netflix shows.
He'll kind of with them, but not with the
Yeah.
bigger scope or picture.
He can. I can see him working with Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage.
I think you're right, because I think the ones for TVs are more closely suited to each other than
Yeah.
they are to the MCU
it'd
film universe or whatever.
It'd be pretty cool to see them all together, but it won't work.
You know what? I think you're right. It just look a little odd. So now that's Marvel. Now on the DC side, now what do you think with them? Because you know the DC films, except for I guess Wonder Woman, tend to be on the darker side. You know how Gotham, Flash is a little bit on the lighter side, but you think those characters can kind of fit a little bit more easier if it were the other way, or you know, would you think that'll work more, Scotty?
Because so the couple of episodes I've seen of the Flash, Garrett Gustin, his name
Yeah.
is, he will not work with the movies.
No. It just, yeah, because it looks too dark, the movie. The way it's shot, like Snyder's vision.
He won't fit in the Justice League movie, but I do see the actor who plays Green Arrow.
Stephen Amell.
Stephen Amell. I can see him fitting in
That's
that
what I'm saying,
universe.
because Arrow's more darker and grittier of a kind of like type of show, which I can see him play.
Yeah.
That's 100% right there, Scotty.
All they need to do with his character is just change up his suit, make it look more futuristic,
Soup it up a little bit, just a tad.
and he has to bump his acting up just a little bit, just to fit with like Ben Affleck and all
All
them.
the others.
I can see him. I can see him 100%.
You know what? If anything, that's who I would pick too. He can fit, and then even some of the actors on Gotham, possibly. But in the Batman movies that they're going to come out with, not with the Justice League that's coming out, because I can't really see those kind of actors there unless they're directly related to Batman.
Mm-hmm.
If when we see a new Batman down the road, that those characters, a lot of them are damn good actors.
Yeah.
You know, and if they could catch it up or touch it up a little bit more, Scotty, I think they can fit, personally. Whether it's going to happen, I don't think so. It's just two different ways, guys. The way it's produced, put together, the way they tell the stories and develop the characters, right, Scotty?
Yeah, so-
I would say.
I don't know, because DC is DC is the most tricky one, because with Marvel, it's all
It's like
connected.
it's all connected, but at the same time, it's kind of like night and day, though.
That's
you were
true.
saying, right?
Like Marvel, it's all connected but not connected, if you know what I'm saying. Like the
Hints at it.
Yeah, the Daredevil show, Luke Cage, they all recognize the New York incident. They call it the incident.
They don't call it by what it's really called, the invasion or whatever the hell it's called.
No, they call it the invasion, but they don't call it the Tatari attack. They just
Okay.
either say the invasion.
They generalize it, basically.
And they don't mention the heroes' names. They say big green guy, old man with a shield, billionaire with a suit.
So just little general references to the major players.
They never mention them by name, but they speak of their criterias,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah. You know, like I said, personally, I think the DC ones might have a lot easier, the characters there, a lot easier to join, you know, because there's only, what, five movies it's going to be with Justice League, right? That DC universe, because I think that's really fresh. With Marvel, it's a little harder because they have so many movies out, and not right now for you to introduce the TV guys in there, I don't think it's going to work.
okay, so if it does work, okay, let's speak hypothetical.
Hypothetically, okay.
So if they were to make it work, what would be some benefits you think with the Marvel? We'll start with Marvel. Then
Who would benefit from the TV characters joining their universes and stuff?
Yeah,
I personally think right now DC will benefit.
DC.
Because they
Okay.
have very strong TV shows, and since DC is still new at making movies and stuff, it'll be a good way to introduce a lot of new characters very quickly, and people will be familiar with. Because
Right.
Arrow's a big character, Flash is a big character, but we have Ezra Miller now,
As the
playing
Flash.
Flash. It'll benefit. For Marvel, I don't think it's going to do anything because they're already well established. They're 16 or 17 movies. How many movies now? Scott, 17 or 18?
18. I think.
18 will be
'Cause
with
I know
Thor, right?
Because the end of Avengers 4 will be 22 movies.
Okay, so there you go. So 18 movies, I'm
Yeah.
saying roughly. So
I'm not-
it won't benefit them, Scotty.
I do agree.
Personally.
So let's see if it. Okay, so DC probably will.
Yes,
for 100%
DC more,
for sure.
100% more.
Marvel. What character do you think will fit in the movies? Like
For Marvel,
For
on the Marvel side,
Netflix. Yeah.
all the Netflix and stuff,
Who do you think will
based on
fit?
the way the movies are shot and everything, I personally would like Daredevil in there.
Daredevil?
I think Daredevil, you don't have to make him a dark character. You can lighten him up a little bit, and I think he has that. The actor who portrays him, he can pull it off.
Charlie Cox, I think.
Punisher is dark. There's no way you're gonna have Punisher just be a PG-13 kind of guy and not shoot people.
Didn't they
up
try
and-
doing a PG-13 Punisher?
They did Thomas Jane, which was okay, but the acting and the storyline that was just stupid. But anyways, but yeah, it just doesn't work because the Punisher has to be that lethal, brutal, shoot 'em up kind of vigilante kind of guy. Daredevil doesn't have to be. Daredevil can be kind of like what Spider-Man is, but he's blind. So I think that's who I would pick, Scotty. That would work.
Okay.
How about you? You agree? Who would you suggest? I haven't seen like the Defenders and stuff. Any of those guys can fit in the MCU?
Daredevil's one of them.
Okay.
I would say probably Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, you think will fit easily?
Because I know Luke Cage and Captain America, they have different ideology.
Ideologies.
I can't speak, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I would think Luke Cage and Daredevil would be the ones to fit. Because Iron Fist is too mystical.
Maybe with Doctor Strange, maybe?
Maybe Doctor Strange, but I don't know. It's
Not
weird.
to the point that you'll be like, who the hell's this guy?
No,
Just a
because
side character.
Doctor Strange is about the multiverses and all that, and Iron Fist is about the dragon and the Code Mago or whatever the hell
Whatever it
they
is.
call it.
A more spiritualistic side,
That's right,
Instead
that's
of the
right.
magical elements in
Yep.
different universes and stuff.
And Jessica Jones, just forget about Jessica Jones. 'Cause
She's just some sort of cop that runs around. I don't know.
Private
I haven't
investigator.
watched it. Don't hate me, guys.
she's a private investigator.
Is that what she is? So
Yeah.
you don't think she'll be able to kind of like blend in?
Who would she fit with in the movies? No one. I don't see anybody.
No, she won't. She can be like a Commissioner Gordon
Yeah, or
kind of thing to the
or maybe-
Marvel in a sense, like that kind of angle.
Or maybe
Scotty?
be like a backup to Black Widow or something. I don't know.
See, and for me personally, since we're talking about that, like for me, Ben McKenzie would have been a perfect Commissioner Gordon in.
Justice League.
But because Batman's old, you can't have that because he's young, right? That's where the conflict. That's why it's very difficult to see actors and stuff fit in there, just because of the timeline. I would even say, Scotty, right?
If Ben McKenzie was a little bit older,
Love that guy.
He's
He's old. He's like 30, 34, maybe 35 in age, but
And
based
Commissioner-
on what Batman is, right?
Yeah, Commissioner Gordon's like in his 60s.
Yeah, he has to be way older than Batman. That's why it
Like,
doesn't work.
Ben McKenzie, if he was a little bit older, he would have been so perfect for Gotham.
I love what he does for
Batman.
Gotham, you know? So
Yeah.
if you had that kind
my
of same
favorite.
attitude,
He's my
he's
favorite.
unreal. That's why I watch Gotham, Scotty. And then it just happened that the show just got good with all the villains and stuff. So now I'm watching it for the Penguin, Riddler, and
so
everybody.
do you think the Riddler? I think for sure will fit.
Oh, he can fit. No,
What
you
about
can
Penguin?
put Penguin. Not right now. Not to where the
He's too
DC
skinny
universe is
and
right now.
ugly.
Yeah, he has to be a little bit down the road when it gets a little weird in the universe. Then you can introduce Poison Ivy and all that,
Mm-hmm.
kind of creepier stuff, Scotty. Like Gotham, you seen the episode with what's his name?
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, like when you start to introduce characters like that, then I think it'll work more. Personally, But yeah, no, that's my pick. I would, like I said, for Flash, we already have a Flash. Arrow would be perfect for the DCU. I love Amel.
What about we didn't talk about DC Legends of Tomorrow?
Do we want to talk about them?
Well, because they time travel.
They time travel, but Scotty, I given up on that show. There's just I think that's DC's version of Agents of Shield gone wrong. Like they made it too light, and I think that's why it doesn't work. It's too, I don't know.
Do you know what I just thought?
Lost interest.
Because this is working towards DC, so let's forget about Marvel now.
Okay.
So, what do you think about Supergirl?
Supergirl, I told you, I watched that thing once, and I think, I don't know.
Just the actress.
Actress, loved who they cast as her, just don't like where they're going with her.
Because right now, the way she's acting in the show, it's season 3.
Okay.
I think it's season 3 right now. She's acting like she killed someone, and she's not happy about it.
Really? Like
She's
there's
like, she's
something.
like all doom and gloom.
Really?
So the way she's acting right now, she would fit in the movie universe.
Did she lose somebody on the show that
Yeah,
she cared
Mon-El.
about? That's probably why she's
Because
mourning.
they had to put lead in the atmosphere, and they can't.
They can't
They
survive
can't
without
survive
that.
it. They can't have lead in their system because that kills them. It's their poison. So he had to be sent away. And after that, she's just like
Forget it, eh?
doom and gloom, and her sister's getting married, and she doesn't want to be part of the marriage.
I don't know, man. You know what? What they're doing with her is kind of dumb. What would have worked, Scotty, is if they would have did like a Smallville take, like I was saying off
Build
camera
her
with
powers,
you.
yeah.
Build her slowly. She has her powers, and then she slowly reveals that she's Supergirl. Not Supergirl right away. Let her, do I wear the suit? Let me help and just kind of slowly work my way in. Because
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Is this thing going to last after this season? You're the one who watches it more than anybody.
No, my sister came to me saying that because of an all-time low of views,
Yeah.
they might cancel it after this season.
See, and
you
that-
know what? It's
too bad.
The first 2 episodes of what I've seen, they should, because it's horrible.
It's just brutal writing.
I'll tell you why. At first, I don't like what they're doing with their sister. I'm not going into details. I just don't like what they're doing. Supergirl kind of feels like she doesn't want to be there. Like she's out of place.
Yeah, of course.
Martian Manhunter was good for the first couple of seasons.
Yeah, and then
Forget it.
nosedive out of there.
They should have kept Superman. They
That's the problem, Scotty. You know, with Supergirl, she's such a secondary character. She's not really the primary like Superman.
Season 2 was such a highlight because Superman was in the show. He was in the season 4 times.
Yeah, the
3-4
first
times?
2 episodes at the beginning, and then I don't know.
The last 2.
Okay.
That's what made season 2 so good.
Okay.
Season 3 is like a pile of dog shit.
See?
So it's like...
See, that's what I mean, Scotty.
Like,
and because of that,
I understand it's only 2 episodes in, and there's still another 20 episodes to go.
Still.
But if I'm not convinced by the 4th episode, just cancel it.
And especially, Scotty, when you're 2 seasons in, you should already be in your stride. Like, you should be going up, not down.
Just the thing that's really throwing me off is the weak storyline and what they're doing with the sister.
See, and Scotty, it's stuff like that. That's why it's so hard to see these characters, like, being used in the movies. Just think, and it's harder in TV to maintain that level of popularity and wow, let's do it. Movies, it's one movie, 2 hours, and that's it. And then we wait another year or 2 to see them again. These ones we see it so much, so we see them so much that we kind of get sick of them. And do you really want to watch half of these guys in a movie? Like Supergirl, honestly, guy, because I haven't seen it, maybe it'll work more for me than you. Put her maybe in the DCEU. See what happens there. Like, I think she might work because it's going to be giving you a little bit lighter kind of side, kind of like we got with Wonder Woman. So it'll be another little, little lighter side of, the DC universe, and you got your heavy hitters. But, she could be a possibility. Maybe that's what they're going to do.
The final thing we're going to say.
Yes.
Will it ever happen?
I personally would like it to happen, but if it's done right. But is it going to realistically get a thing? No.
Not even for Marvel?
Marvel, no, because Marvel's doing too good. DC, unless they change the direction in what the hell they're doing in the movie, Scotty, then maybe. But even then, I can't. Because like I said, how long is Arrow going to go on? How long? We're going to lose these actors in, say, another 5 or 7 years. Are they going to still want to go ahead and do the movies? Or are they going to recast everybody? Because the way to go, I'm sorry, love all the actors on TV, but you need to cast new people. Even for me with The Flash, I didn't like them casting Ezra Miller as the Flash. I wanted Grant Gustafson to be on there, to be the Flash, and I was pissed. Scotty knows I was mad.
You were really mad.
I'm like, him? Are you joking, Mr. from Harry Potter or Fantastic Beasts or whatever the hell I seen that kid? He's played in other movies.
I was the same way with Ben Affleck.
See, there you go.
Cast as Batman. I was like, he was just a horrible Daredevil. What makes him a better Batman?
And like I said, and he was young when he played Daredevil. You would say, okay, he fit that a little bit that role. The movie sucked, but it was okay. And like I said, you casted him, and I knew right away when they casted Ben Affleck, they're going for an older Batman compared to Christian Bale.
Oh yeah.
And even Christian Bale, he said he would have came back if they asked him to be Batman, but nobody asked him.
That's not true.
That's what he said on the red carpet at TIFF this year.
That's not true because Warner Brothers came out with a statement.
What did they say?
They offered him $60 million and he turned it down.
No, I don't think it's for a movie. It's for him because with Christian Bale, he's a method actor. He wants to he doesn't want to be a part of a movie just because of money. He wants it to be because he throws himself into that character, Scotty, right?
And to be honest, what they built with Man of Steel, I don't think Christian Bale's Batman would fit. I don't think so.
I don't know. It'll be tough unless if they change the way they're gonna show him in the movie. Maybe that to make him a little bit on the darker
we
side.
already had him in 3 movies. Him being introduced in Batman v Superman, I don't see him fitting.
No, but just because, come on, him against Superman, you just couldn't believe. Ben Affleck was older, a little bit smarter.
Sorry, I'm going to piss some of you off. I loved Christian Bale as Batman, but I don't think he's that smart enough to take on Superman.
Just based on his looks? Is that what you're judging on, or
not
what?
On his looks. He didn't really do detective work.
Yeah, don't forget, it's the way he was portrayed in the thing.
He only did one detective thing when he was fighting the Bolts in the second movie.
Yeah, when he was investigating how it was. But it's not his fault, is it, Scotty?
It's the writers.
But like I said, Ben Affleck, we only seen him do that in one movie that he was in.
And
was that enough, though?
For me, it was.
See, like 1-1 Christian Bale, 1-1,
I've seen Christian Bale 3 times, and I only saw Ben Affleck once, so...
No, but I'm saying, if you're going to strictly base it on how many movies he used that thing, like you said, you only use it for that forensic bullet, putting it together, fragmented, whatever. Mm-hmm. If you've seen more of him doing that, could you see him play the Batman?
If he did a little bit more, maybe.
Cool.
But anyways, that's it. All right.
We're done, Scotty.
We're done. So if you like this episode, hit a like, share, subscribe, and do check out our other videos. See you later.
Take it easy. Be good.